I mean, before we even go into the cons of even UCR's business school or other business schools, like every business school in the world has very, very specific flaws. And that goes back into what I said earlier, which is academia versus the commercial world.
Right.
Completely different.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, to broaden that out, I think, or I don't know if broaden is the right word, but like the business school, I feel like hasn't prepared me, you, or any of us enough for the real world. I think school in general, outside of classes, like through our networks and what we learn from each other through our own trial and error, is preparing us.
Yep.
But what I've gotten from my classes hasn't necessarily prepared me. And I learned that right away when I was interning last year. Like, I felt kind of lost. I felt very lost. Whereas, I mean, maybe this is something for our school in general that should be taken into account. But like, I felt like other people were more prepared. But, you know, that's through their own experiences. Maybe it was my own thing. Who knows? But yeah, so like to get into that, I'd say I'm just going to go in order from like freshman year to like now. Okay, so like it started out with like open book courses or open book exams, online exams, especially for introductory courses. Like, come on, we're not learning anything. And I mean, luckily our business school is changing its structure, so it's going to be way more beneficial. Right now it's set up as a pre-business program where like first 2 years you're really not taking any business courses. You're taking a couple econ, you're taking like entomology,
dance 5,
dirty 30.
Yeah. Just random classes.
Yeah, exactly. But then 2 years, starting your third year, fourth year, like you start taking your business courses. But it's like by that time you kind of need to start figuring out what you have to do.
Yeah, in the business world.
Yeah, and like if you have to wait till your third year of school to do that, then you know you're really holding students back.
Yep.
So like luckily the school is like changing its structure and like it won't be like that anymore. But yeah, so like a lot of these open book, open exam or online exams were like introductory courses, some that didn't really matter, but it really, I guess, in a way sways students to not study and influences them to not really learn much out of it. I mean, for example, like it wasn't an introductory class, but like, didn't you say that in one of your open book courses, which was supposed to be easy,
yep,
it ended up being your worst grade versus like the much harder classes because it's like you didn't really learn much.
Yeah, my biggest thing is, and it's just how I work as a person, is the harder it is, the more time I put into it, the better I am at it. The easier it is, I just kind of put it aside. It's not a priority, and I'm just gonna be like, this is easy, and I kind of wave it off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like, yeah, the class was super easy. I'm terrible at open book exams because an open book exam, the whole point of that is you're supposed to find the answers in the book, which doesn't teach you anything because nobody's going to learn the information.
Yeah.
I'm better at, you give me a short, like, write an essay on this topic and I'll analyze it and like put my philosophies in there.
Yeah, there's actual value in it.
Exactly. Because that's how I'm applying it to myself, so I can now learn it instead of, what is the definition of this? I'm like, I'm sorry, but in the real world, I don't care about that definition because that definition means nothing.
Yeah, it's just gonna go in one year and out the other. That's what happened to like in most of my classes. Like I can't remember what the hell I learned in that introductory business course.